about stocks compared to cards, more specifically like high-end collectible cards, if we're really being real, like
Yeah.
one of ones or one of five, like very rare, something that if you sold, it's really difficult to get back. So with stocks, why you see this volatility and the sell-off, and it actually happens with base cards too. It's you sell because you know that at any point you could get that asset back, especially when it's something fungible like a stock. You could always get Amazon stock back. There's nothing that makes one Amazon stock more unique than the other. But when it comes to cards and art and things that if you sold, you know that more than likely you'd have to get it back for a higher amount, if at all. Those typically don't have the same volatility. Is it volatility or sell-off? I don't know like the exact term, but like because when someone's trying to sell it, they know, wait a second, if I let go of this card, if I let go of my Jordan Green or my Jordan Red or my Jordan Exquisite jersey number, more than likely I'm not going to be able to get it back. And that actually is healthy for the hobby. And I know the lower end stuff has come down, but I actually think the hobby's in a really good place. And I think that the hobby has a lot of money in it, whereas they're going to start looking maybe in a year or 2 years at buying some of these stocks for pennies on the dollar, at buying Bitcoin and crypto for pennies on the dollar, because I think some people's assets might actually appreciate or stay stagnant where everything else is down 30-40%. So I actually think the hobby is in a good place and not in a bad place.
I mean, I tend to agree, and obviously so do a lot of people with a lot of money. And the triple logo man's over $2 million on Golden. You know, there are several huge items on PWCC ending tonight. I mean, the Steph Curry, I think, is over $500,000 for the RPA, the National Treasures. You know, there's a Mahomes on there that's up over 400,000. I mean, there's millions of dollars being transacted on each of these platforms. So yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. You know, and cards are setting record high prices on exactly the type you're talking about. Cards that will be difficult to buy for these prices down the road. People are making their bets on quarterbacks. I mean, look what Mac Jones cards are selling for, right? Look at the Prism stuff. It's crazy. But people are making their bets. People think Mac Jones is going to be, the guy this year.
What I'm super curious about is what the seller's going to do with the money, right? Does he put it back into the hobby, or does he start buying? Because dude, as much, you guys post your tabloids and all that stuff as much as you want. For someone who's educated and looking at Bitcoin and crypto or stocks and seeing them a third of what they used to be, it is tempting to start looking over there and saying, hey, maybe I should put a splash there.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, listen, that's diversification, but not a lot of people do that. And the hobby is one of those interesting places where the people in the hobby want to stay in the hobby. So I do think that money comes back in. Most people who are buying those cards now, they probably pulled them in breaks. They're probably breakers, and they're going to put a sizable chunk of that money back into breaking more. Because it's just like hitting a jackpot in a slot machine. You ever watch somebody in a casino hit a jackpot in a slot machine? They got to give their ID to the person. Do you know what they're doing while they're waiting for the cashier to come and pay them out?
They're playing again?
They're playing the machine next to it. That's what I do. And when they're done and they turn the key and the machine's back on, I'll put some of it right back in. It's the way it works.
Do you think people have sideload accounts? Like this is my money for cards. This is my money for stocks. This is my 401k. This is my crypto.
Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. So yes, I think people start that way. But you know what? Somebody like me who has crypto money and then a card comes available that they want to buy, all of a sudden that crypto money becomes card money.
So thank you all for listening to another episode of Lucas, Tigers, and Bronzo Mai. I wanted to tell you about a new service that we have starting as of today, and I'm really, really excited to bring it to you guys. So as a part of our partnership with SGC, we got 50 free submissions every single month, and many of you have taken advantage of that. And it's amazing that we could have the opportunity to 650 episodes, 675 episodes in, to go ahead and give back to our community. As people were sending those cards in, they asked, can we send 5, 10, 20 more cards to you guys? We'll pay for it, but we wanted them graded with SGC. You guys know SGC is turning cards around in 13 to 14 business days, have incredible customer service, and their secondary market values are going up day after day after day. And that's exciting for the hobby and exciting for the grading landscape. So we didn't want to just rush into it. We wanted to do it right. And what we did was I relocated here to Boca Raton, Florida. I opened up a P.O. box maybe 5 minutes away from SGC, and I will be hand delivering and hand picking up the cards. So you don't have to worry about anyone else touching your cards. It will be me, and I will update you every step of the way. So here's how it's going to work. I'm going to personally pick up the cards from a P.O. box, prep them, new card saver, new penny sleeve, and deliver them to SGC every single Tuesday. Why Tuesday? Well, it lets the stragglers over the weekend come back through on Monday and gives me a day to prep, and it basically gives SGC the entire week to work on grading those cards. Once your cards pop, only then at the end of the process will you be paying for the service. It's $25 per card, simple as that, and the turnaround times have never been faster. We're hearing right now 13, 14, less than 20 business days. So there it is. 9170 Glades Road, number 135 is the P.O. Box in Boca Raton, Florida, 33434. 9170 Glades Road, number 135, Boca Raton, Florida, 33434. Of course, you could shoot me an email or shoot me a text anytime, and I'm always available. Many of you already have my email. It's iamandrewgoldberg@gmail.com. or my cell phone number, 215-519-9154. Reach out with any questions. I could walk you through the process. I've hopped on the call with quite a few of you, and I'm happy to do that. Love you, Luca Nation.